I shopped my stash and decided to use expired makeup. Like stuff that I have not wanted to declutter, but I feel like I should. I do have a lot of makeup and I tend to forget of the things that I already have and absolutely love. So I thought it would be fun to revisit those items. I'm also spilling some tea on some stuff that popped up in my head and I was like, core memories were reminiscing, and I never ever shared any of that before on social media, but these were things that happened behind the scenes. And we're just here to have some fun before we move forward. Make sure you're doing all the things for me and you're interacting with today's video. We are a community and communities communicate. So make sure you're hitting that like button for me. Make sure you're commenting as we go along. I want to know your feedback. And if you're new here, welcome. I really hope you enjoy today's video. I'm a makeup artist and my YouTube channel is all about beauty. I do hauls, makeup tutorials, tips and tricks, product focus reviews. I post 5 days a week, so if you enjoyed today's video, please check out all my most recent videos. I post a lot, okay? So I really think you'd enjoy that as well, and I hope you consider subscribing and joining our family here on the YouTube. Quick shout out to our channel members, the G Squad, an amazing group of people who have joined channel memberships and are supporting the channel at a higher level. If you're ever interested in joining channel memberships, all you gotta do is hit that join button below and you're good to go. Shout out to our community spotlight. This group of people have posted the most within the past week, which is huge. Again, interaction matters, and I feel like I'm so happy YouTube did an update and they're letting us know who's posting the most, because on my end, I'm shouting my friends out. Y'all are absolutely amazing and I live for it. I really hope you guys keep it up. If you're not commenting consistently, please do so. I encourage you. I'd love to see your beautiful faces here on screen with me. All right, guys, let's dive on in and play around with old makeup. I'm still not serving hair. It is what it is. It's all about the face right now. You guys are so nice, by the way. Yesterday's video, I was just doing what I normally do, and it's just talk to my friends and stuff, and I got so many compliments on my skin and my face and stuff. Y'all made me blush. Like, I'm reading comments and y'all have me giggling and you made me blush and stuff. You guys are absolutely amazing. Like, I've truly made a solid family here on the YouTube and solid friends, and I just feel extremely blessed. So we are revisiting some older productos that I'm a little concerned about right now. I haven't played with them in a minute. Let's start off with this one over here. You guys, I do have a hard time letting go of the product that I love. And you know what? At the end of the day, like, what if it's still okay? It's probably not good. So this here is something that I ended up getting in a Basi Charm when I lived in Jersey. Like, well before I moved to Florida. I moved in 2020. So, I mean, it says it all. Like, okay, if it smelled funny, I would get rid of it. If I was still freelancing and stuff, I would never use this on a client. I would never. But it's nice to kind of revisit the old stuff and see whether or not you still like it. This actually was featured in the OG BoxyCharm. I love this so much. I ended up going onto the Boxy shops and bought like 5 all at once, and then every time I saw them being replenished on the shops, I would buy more. Loved it. I'm gonna talk, and I was gonna say I'm gonna talk and walk. You know what sparked my idea for this video? OG BoxyCharm and this foundation, which, ay Dios mío, I still have her. Don't get mad at me. Now this here, I can't recall every single item, but I could recall certain ones because they stand out like a core memory. This one, I've got some tea on this one because this was featured in the OG BoxyCharm, and it was a big deal that BoxyCharm had featured Charlotte Tilbury. I got mine in shade 8 if you guys are interested. Déjame explicarle. I was an affiliate with the OG Boxy. That's when Joe was, you know, obviously like head honcho. They sent all creators that worked with Boxy a form. We were supposed to fill it out, select a shade that would be like a good match for us, and they would go ahead and send us the foundation in advance so that we can share it, spoil it, and kind of hype it up, which I was really excited because, hello, it is Charlotte. This is so full coverage. 2 pumps, right? I don't do full coverage like that, but ever since One Size came up with their B12 based thinner, nena, I'm a rebel. So I'll do 2 and 2 and mix those up and then dab it on the skin. This is the tea. This is the tea. I remember getting the foundation. I did a full-on look with it, filmed it, edit it, and just so that you guys get like a visual if you're not a creator, if you don't post long form. Short form is a lot easier, trust me, it's a lot easier. But long form can be time consuming and challenging at times. At that time, A, I had just given birth to Cam, and B, I was still trying to do that work-life balance. So I was working till like 10, 11 o'clock at night, easily 6 days out of the week. And I was posting 6 to 7 days out of the week at the time. I spent the entire day on that video. I was having computer issues, like technology sometimes hates me, you know? I remember shutting it down. I made dinner, changed diaper, fed the baby, all of that. I finally put my feet up on the bed. And I'm contacted by my contact over at Boxy because they had apparently seen my video and they were not happy about it. I'm gonna keep blending. Ooh, it still looks good. My color don't change like that, right? It still looks good, but it doesn't look like a flat matte. A, the primer, and B, the base thinner by one size. So I get a text message basically saying, hey, we saw your video. It sucks that your foundation did not match. We're truly sorry. But the idea of this, I'm paraphrasing here. And by the way, everyone was absolutely nice. So don't get mad at Boxy, okay? Because no one was being mean to me. But I understand as a business, you want everything to shine. And so it was very much the whole, the team looked at the video and, you know, it's not a good look because the foundation totally does not match you. Okay, I know it doesn't match me. That's what I say, right? I get the reply, if you can send me your accurate shade, I'd be more than happy to send you another one so that you can go ahead and review your proper shade. This is still working, you guys. I know sometimes foundations and just makeup as a whole should not be applied when this is expired. I know it is. It doesn't smell weird or anything, but this has been in my collection over 2 years. So my contact goes, we can totally send you another one. However, we need you to take your video down. Okay? I laid down in bed and put my feet up and they were throbbing. There was no way I was gonna get up to go turn on the computer, edit, or take the video down, or what, like, come on now. No. I said, but why do I need to take my video down? They're like, well, you don't need to. We're just asking you. I said, no. Why, but why though? I said nothing wrong on the video. I said nothing wrong about either brand. I just said that the foundation doesn't match. Well, yeah, and that's the thing. It's just like not a really good look because it, you know, it's not, you're not hyping the foundation in a sense. It doesn't look good. They felt like they were at fault. So then I was like, so you didn't watch the video. You saw the beginning of the video, the first few seconds to minute, and go, oh my God. And I can see where they thought that I was bashing both brands, Charlotte as well as Boxy. So I said, okay, hold on. No, it's already been released. If I were to take my video down, it is safe to assume that I've done something wrong. Which I didn't. I always said I would be honest with you guys, right? So that's my number one priority. I'm honest. I would have put so much energy, time, and all of that into a video that ends up going to the trash for me to refilm just so that I could have the right shade. No. I said, and the biggest thing is people have already seen it. So how am I going to justify, oh, I took it down, thousands of people had already seen it, and now I'm putting a new one up for what? And then I said, you know, clearly you guys didn't watch the entire video. If you do, you'll realize that I explained I selected the shade. My bad. I messed up. I got the wrong shade and made it very clear that once I saw it in shops, if I were to see it in shops, I would snag the right shade. So I took all the blame because it was on me. I was the one that filled out the form and all of that. And I was like, so this is what's gonna happen. I'm not taking my video down. It kind of looks like it's starting to oxidize a bit. It's not gonna get any deeper, but I'm starting to look like a little bit of a oompa loompa. I'm gonna go in with my NARS. Look how nasty this is. I've had this for like ever. This is so bad. This is a soft matte complete concealer, medium to ginger. I feel like I'm getting orange by the minute. I wonder if it's still creamy. It is. I always did it like, I tried it with a brush. I didn't like it with a brush, so I'll like always dip my sponge into it. It doesn't smell bad. I'm gonna kind of press here like, dang, it's all gonna balance out. Watch. Anyway, so my contact sounded disappointed via text. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. Like, how does somebody sound like something on text? But you could kind of feel the disappointment coming via text. And I was like, well, it is what it is. In the end, the way we concluded that conversation was, it's very normal for sometimes one to choose the wrong shade of foundation. The video is gonna stay up, but I completely understand if you have to remove me off of the PR list and I no longer get Boxy, it's cool. I still pay for a box. At the time I was paying for 3. So I was like, it's okay. And they immediately responded, no one would ever take you off of PR. That's not what this is about. And I was like, okay, like, you know, then do you want us to send you the new shade? I said, no, thank you. I will make it a point to purchase the right shade myself, and then we shut that one down. But I don't know why that thought came to my brain first thing this morning, and I was like, ooh, I should grab that Charlotte Tilbury foundation, mix the one size, because obviously back then this was not something that was out there, and kind of loosen the formula a little bit so that we can add some radiance and it wouldn't be like too heavy coverage. And here we are. It just, I don't know why, I'm like reminiscing a whole bunch of stuff. And then I was like, oh, I should totally shop my stash and grab stuff that I loved. This here, the Prisme Libre in number 4. I was gagging when I got my hands on this powder. Like, I wanted it so bad. And at one point I couldn't afford it. So I was like, but once I saw the Sephora sale, there was like the promo code and I had some points, I was able to kind of like put some change together, get it. And I've had this forever. It was my favorite powder for so long. And then when all beauty brands started releasing powders, I kind of forgot about her. Do you guys have those days or those moments where you're like reminiscing what it was and where you're at now, and you go, huh? Because that is what happened to me this morning. Oh, this powder still looks really good. It doesn't smell funny. I'm looking under my eyeballs just in case. Looks really good. So now we're gonna do the ColourPop, and I grabbed this one. This was in Isle Bet. Ew, it has a... Okay, so it has a hair in it. I feel like it's a fiber from a brush, but still, it just reminded me of, no shade, but it reminded me of Jacqueline's fuzzy lipsticks, like how people are like, oh, it had a hair in it. No one's used this. It wasn't always like that, and it looks like it was a fiber, and I think there's like one more in there. I was almost hitting pan. I really liked this, baby. This is for sure expired. I'm gonna have to dump it. I wonder if ColourPop still has these. I'm still putting it on my face. It's cool. I'm going to have to chuck this one. Who does this? Face full of expired makeup. I don't recommend you do this if you have really sensitive skin. I don't. It's very rare for me to react negatively towards product, so that's why I kind of like, I know, I take advantage. I really do. But if it starts to get itchy, like as soon as I'm done filming, it's coming off. I just thought this would be fun because I get to see whether the product still performs. Esto va para la basura. This is going in the trash. I can't do it no more. It works, but it's not what it used to be. ColourPop, when I discovered it, everything was like $3 and $5. They were the only ones that had putty consistency, so it was very outside of the box, if you will. And because it was so freaking affordable, I was like, yes. Most people's collection was mainly MAC at the time. I was a broke so it was ColourPop. I still have love for ColourPop. I just feel like they've released so much. Yes, they've increased their prices, but what hasn't gone up, you know? And then they release so much so often, it's kind of like a lot. All right, some people are gonna gag, and that's fine. There is nothing serious behind it. I am bringing back my Gerard Cosmetics clean canvas for today's video because hello, we're sharing the product that we have been obsessed with and loved for a really long time, and I haven't used these in well over a year. This is another thing where people thought there was like something behind that. I'm like, but there's nothing. Like, there's legit nothing. I don't know what to say. Things are not that serious, but sometimes people want to sit here and like make something out of something that it's not. Listen, I've always been picky with my primers. I'll try one here and there. If it's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not. And then we move on. The other one that literally gripped onto my heart and I just could not let go was the Clean Canvases by Gerard Cosmetics. It was so different than anything else I had tried before. And so I had used the Clean Canvas for years, even before they added me onto their PR list, which, to be fair, I haven't gotten any of their PR in a minute, so. But what happens? In 2023, I am reached out by Ofra Cosmetics after my Project Influencer collab with them, and I'm offered a full-blown collab. I can pretty much come up with anything that I want to. I'm gonna play around with the Too Faced Peach. I've had this one for, actually, this is like a replacement. I ended up getting this in a beauty box, but I had paid for one myself, and after a few years, I was like, oh my God. It's starting to smell funny, so I'm gonna get rid of it. And then I missed having it and I wanted it back, and then somehow it ended up in a beauty box and I got lucky. So that's why we have her. I've had it for a minute, at least 2 years. It took me a minute. Like, I feel like I was sitting for a few days on several ideas. The one thing I knew for certain, hands down, was that I wanted a Sparklights topper in black with silver shimmer to it. Like, that I already knew. That was set in stone. So when they said, hey, you get a collab, create whatever you want, I said, can I create a Sparklights topper black with silver glitter? And they said, absolutely. I said, okay, boom, that's, you know, one of the items I want. Then I had to come up with a concept of the eyeshadow palette and then choose whether I wanted to do a liquid lip or a flexi. But I'm obsessed with the Flexi Slick formula, so I kind of knew I wanted to kind of go in that direction, right? Again, no tea, there's nothing there. They said that's it. So you want to do the palette with the Sparklights topper on the inside and a flexi, so like a 2-piece, or you want to add something else. They offered me to create a highlighter and that kind of thing, and I was like, no, everyone kind of does the same thing. And that's my thing. Whether it does well or not, I want to think outside the box and do something different. And then I don't know what happened. I think I was having like a glass of wine with my husband, and I was editing a video, and I'm like, babe, I'm so picky with my primers. And then I went down a rabbit hole. I'm explaining why I have an issue with primers and the this, that, and the other. It was like, Gerard Cosmetics is the best I've tried, but what if I come up with one myself? There's nothing wrong with there being 2 amazing primers. And so I started explaining what I wanted, and then that's how that developed. Of course, it is not the one and only primer in the world, and it's not the hands down best you'll ever try. Because guess what? Next year, maybe somebody releases something else that's even better. But at the time, as we're developing it, I knew what I wanted. Once I got the sample, I was trying sample A for a while, and I had issues with sample A, so we got sample B, so on and so forth. I was testing it with different formulas and stuff like that. So I say all of this to say that we ended up getting to the formula that we currently have because it was months of tweaking the original formula that we came up with to make it to what it is now. And so that takes time. The only reason why I stopped featuring this product was because I had to test out my primer. That's the only reason why. And I remember seeing the comment, you know, not everyone was negative, but there were people making it something, like turning it into something that it wasn't. And I'm like, not at all, not at all. And proof is in the pudding, I still have her. As of right now, the 2 hands down best primers that I have found in my lifetime of makeup is going to be the Gerard Cosmetics and the Level Up primer with Ofra that we developed together. That doesn't mean it's gonna be the only one that'll ever exist. Let's be clear, because people want to spin things. I think I'm gonna go in with the peach under the eyeball too. And for the negative Nancy's who legit were like, I thought Gerard Cosmetics was the favorite, and now this is your new favorite. Which one is it? We're allowed to change our minds. I never said I didn't like the Gerard Cosmetics one anymore. That was never said. That never came out of my mouth. I stated what I like about mine and what's different. That's it. I never even compared it to the Gerard Cosmetics. People were doing that, and I'm like, oh God, they're taking it somewhere else for no reason. And I'm not messy like that, so I just let it be because I don't have the energy. It was a lot. I was like, okay. It's not as pigmented as it used to be, and that's gonna be normal for eyeshadow, especially when it's expired. But it's blending. I don't have any fallout. And by the way, you know how eyeshadow like dusts up in the air and stuff? I can taste the sweetness out of the palette. I don't know that that's safe. At least not anymore, but I could taste it. It makes sense to move forward to the eyebrows right now. Why? I don't know. It just makes sense to me. I'm gonna feature the Milk Makeup Kush Brow Shadow Stick. I've had this maybe 2 to 3 years. I feel like when I got this, I was in this house already. Formula of this product is so nice. This here is the tinted gel, but in form of a stick. I liked it because when I got this, Cam was like smaller, and I could not take all the time in the world to fill in my brows. And so because it's slanted, or it's supposed to be slanted, but she's rounded now because I've used her, I was able to get that edge and kind of get in this corner like this, right? Literally, I'm grazing over the brow and then comb through. And because of the waxy formula, it kind of moves the product around and then move on about my day. But you see, but because this is so bushy, like a thicker one, it makes my brows look a lot thicker. And so I would have to go in with my concealer, which this one was really good for that, right? Poom poom, back of the hand, and then just kind of sculpt the brow. Not that it's a big deal because I still sculpt my brows, but this back then for me with a baby, because she was a baby, was so much easier to achieve and like get done than going in with like a thinner brush and just kind of going at it. For mascara, I'm gonna go with the IT Superhero Mascara. This here does not disappoint. I've always loved the wand. It's what we all know and love, you know? I'm gonna do my typical 2.5 coats. Now this mascara is not that old. When Ulta had their sale, I replenished it. So it's not that old, but it's what I've used for years, and I'll continue to replenish it. This is one of the mascaras that I don't mind paying good money for because it's so good. Believe it or not, I almost forgot blush. I have a core memory for this one too, the California. Now this one is the OG, but it felt really good that Benefit Cosmetics ended up sending me a California as well. And let me tell you, I was working at the office in a nonprofit and we had to go to another state. I think we went to Wisconsin for like a program that we were opening up, a pharmaceutical program, and I needed to get educated on medicals and insurance and all of that. I didn't want to go. I had a few drinks on the flight, okay? When the flight lands, I'm with my boss, which I wasn't happy about, but anyway, I'm with my boss and we're making our way all the way out because we were gonna wait for our Uber, which he had ordered when we landed. Look how pretty this is. And I remember seeing like a soda machine, but it was a Benefit Cosmetics makeup machine. Yes, I was kind of like all out of sorts because I had a few drinks on the flight, and I remember telling him, nope, I don't even want to be here. I don't even want to be here. But you know what? I'm gonna make the best of it, and I don't do candy like that, so it's not like I'll stop at a candy machine, but a makeup machine is my candy machine. Purchased one of these and it landed and I was like, woohoo! I felt like it was a victory. I had never seen a vending machine with makeup. This was years ago too. I think Ty was like 3, so that says a lot. Anyway, so when I see California, I'm like, Next, we're gonna work on the lips, and oh my gosh, I think we're like almost done. The Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in Pillow Talk was everything. Let me sharpen her. It was creamy, it was such a pretty shade, it was long wear, and the formula to me, yes, was very unique. And it's crazy how things have changed. Because so many brands nowadays have insane lip liner formulas that are long wear, glide like a gel, and are so comfortable. I love the Dominique Cosmetics ones. I am obsessed with the one size lip liners. NYX has beautiful ones, e.l.f. has great ones, and I've featured a lot of affordable lip liners here, even Temu girl. But way back when I got this baby, it was like a big deal. Like if you had Charlotte, girl, y'all remember these because I got these in an OG boxy too. I still have them. This is crazy. I think I'm gonna go with the peachier one. I can't read the names, but this is what they look like. It smells like vanilla. These are some of the first glosses that I was like, okay, I think I like the formula because it's not too slippy, slidey, too thick, but not too loose. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna force myself to try glosses more and more until I fall in love with them. And funny enough, I like glosses now. So I think my way of going about things worked out for the best because I really like glosses now, but I think it's time I chuck these. I've had them for a few years. All right, friends, and at the end of the day, the makeup did not turn out bad. Full face of expired makeup and it doesn't look bad. It actually looks really good. But here's the thing I want to know. How much expired makeup do you actually have in your collection? Do you actually declutter, or do you have problems like me where you're like, I can't let it go? If you've made it all the way through, you are a real one. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I really hope you enjoyed today's video. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye guys.